Cotter was an early Facebook employee, now hunting for the next big thing as a venture capitalist. He's also a partner at URise Health. It's good to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you too, Scott.
Explain what URise Health is first and foremost.
URise Health is an investment firm that invests in the most promising AI health companies before they go IPO. And our purpose is to help over 1 billion people improve their brain health and longevity, including those people that are watching today. So the firm was founded at the intersection of my professional and my personal life. Professionally, I was at Google and Facebook, and I was a healthcare executive. Then I got a call out of nowhere that my mother was diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease. Just devastating news. But that was exactly what fueled the success of URise.
Huh. And you think that when we talk about these next major areas or sectors that are going to be dramatically impacted by AI, your focus is now squarely on healthcare?
Scott, that's right. Research shows that in the U.S., healthcare is a $4 trillion market, and globally it's $21 trillion. That's more than half the size of the U.S. and Chinese economies combined. And yet, as you've seen, healthcare is just getting slammed on the S&P right now. But that's exactly why AI is poised to transform it. In 1885, the X-ray was discovered, and for the first time, we could see inside a human body. Now, with AI, for the first time, we're able to see inside massive data sets in a way that's going to completely transform both the cures and the therapies that we have.
When you say that healthcare is going to be one of the pillars of the next wave, who is going to get there first in the most dramatic way, do you think? We always talk about the hyperscalers, of course. CNBC.com reported late last week Amazon reorganizing its healthcare business into 6 pillars in order to simplify its structure. Where do they factor in? Where do the other big companies factor in the way you see this race evolving?
Absolutely. Let's start with Amazon. Here's why they're poised to win. They're an ecosystem. It starts with a $3.9 billion acquisition of One Medical. That's a physician group that's got doctor's offices in almost every major U.S. city. Why does that matter? Because it gives Amazon direct access to doctors in a way that very few tech companies have. But that's just one piece of a much larger strategic play. Amazon acquired PillPack, an online pharmacy. They have retail stores like Whole Foods. So you can imagine, Scott, you have a telehealth visit with One Medical. They help you in half the time with none of the paperwork because of AI. And then you, from the convenience of your own home, you order your prescription medication, and then you're able to go to Whole Foods with AI recommendations. That's the journey of Amazon, all powered by AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is the computing infrastructure. So that's the ecosystem that we're talking about. But let's not discount NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the picks and shovels behind all of this. They're powering all of AI health. And for that reason, they're doing things like looking at bone scans, MRIs, and analyzing them and making sense of them in half the time with twice the accuracy.
So when you step back and you just look at the landscape overall, how do you think about your former company, Facebook, now Meta, obviously, which the stock has done quite well. I mean, there's clearly a lot of optimism around where the investment base thinks that they can get. How do you see the whole pie evolving here?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I interestingly enough, I don't see it necessarily as a winner-takes-all market. When I was at Google, it was very much a research institution feel, and I was working with brilliant engineers, and they've taken that approach to AI, now powering all kinds of different AI applications and having rivals like OpenAI that's better at the consumer side than them come to them for help. When I was at Facebook, it was move fast and break things. And then that later on got them into trouble, so then they scale back and start to slow down. Now, they're jumping back in with a massive investment in AI that's putting them back into a position of leadership.